Hey guys, happy Thursday. It's Hillary here in my studio in Los Angeles for Teacher Space this week. And this week I thought, even though last week when we came back, we were on the Cadillac, I wanted to hit the Cadillac again today just because, hello Angie, the teacher training class that's going on today is going through the Cadillac. So thought we would go through this. And the first client I had today, you may have seen her in my live story. She was hanging, my little ballerina. She's becoming a cheerleader, so she wants to handstand and do all these things. So we're working on her arm strength and her arm back connection. So we have started doing just the prep of this one, which we'll do, and then we're gonna do the full version or the first version. So we're gonna do Pike prep, which is just gonna show us if the client has some concepts that they need in order to flip and then come back, all using their arm strength and their back connection there. So the Pike prep is just to see, can you hold yourself there for maybe like a second or two, just long enough to flip. And then the Pike one that we're gonna do is basically your rolling back, your ball, and your rollover. And so whenever I teach this, I always make sure in the mat that we've done the ball, we've done our rollover, we've done all these things so they understand that feeling and that connection, and then we've gone through things and I understand that they've got this. So it's a little scary for people, but it's super fun. Anytime you can be upside down, it's like, oh, like you're a kid, right? So the Pike prep is awesome because it can make someone feel really strong. It can give you, like, if they fail at it, and I use the word fail because that's what they're gonna say, then it's just something to work on. It's something to challenge. So I'll show you. For example, the first time I did it as a student, taking Pilates, not teaching Pilates, I literally did this. So the goal is to hold yourself. And it was basically like, I had no arm strength and I just sunk down. So clients will do that and that is fine. But we just want to see, do they have enough strength to hold themselves up to flip, right? So the arms are slightly forward of your shoulders, and we don't want a lot of swinging. So we want it to be like your ball. Like you're on the floor, you're going to pull your knees in and back down. That's it. That's all they've got to do. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of time. Just a hold and down. So you don't even have to say, hey, we're going to do this and then we're going to flip over. It can be like, can we do this? Can we hold ourselves up? That's like huge. The other thing you want to kind of think about is the height of that person. So I'm not a super tall person, but if you have a client that's super tall and so they're up here, they're not in a good place where they can have some connection. So they might have to bend their knees a little to start to be able to do that. So now we're getting into the super fun part. And I teach all these in my training because I think A, they're fun, B, clients can do them, and they feel so accomplished after. But now we're going to take that ball and we're going to roll it upside down, lengthen our legs so we're basically in our rollover. So you want to be as if you're on the floor, right? Your arms are working, only in a different way. We're pulling those straps. And we're looking up because we're in our rollover. So if we were on our mat, we'd be looking up. So we're gonna look at our feet, our knees, the whole time. So all we're gonna do is that same thing, but we're not gonna think too hard and we're just gonna roll over. So we're gonna roll over. I'm looking at my knees. I'm gonna lengthen my legs and just try to reach them towards the wall behind me. Bend them back in and roll like my little ball all the way down. So it's super fun, right? But there's a fear factor for people in that going up and over. So we're just seeing, so maybe it's here, right? Maybe they come and they think, you can see their brain thinking, I'm thinking too hard. But maybe they come and they're like, oh, here. So here's where the ball comes in. Whatever they're doing on their ball on the mat is gonna show up here. So if they're rolling their ball and they're getting to that point and they're not looking in anymore, and they start to do that, it's gone, right? Same thing up here. So that's what I mean by seeing their ball, seeing their rollover on the mat, because all these little key concepts now They're totally unsupported except for their arms. So all that's going to show up here. So it just, again, gives you more work to do, more kind of feedback and concepts and hitting all these different things. It's so cool. But I wanted to just go over that with you because we're working on it with the little ballerina. She's at the prep. We're still working on that strength. And eventually she'll flip over, no problem. But anyway, that was it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you have a Cadillac, get on it. Flip, turn upside down because it just gets the blood rushing. And I'm not sure what time next week, but check my feed because next week is my birthday week and I'm going to just have live full classes for you to join and work out together with me. And we're going to hit the reformer one day, probably the Cadillac, maybe the Wonder Chair, maybe Matt. I haven't really decided. So join me and let's just work out and have fun. And it's free, full hour. It'll be super fun. I'm excited about the reformer. We'll see how much we get through. Maybe we'll have a goal of a balance one. Balance side, balance front, balance back, something. Anyway, enjoy your week and I will see you later. Bye guys.